Welcome all, welcome everyone, those watching from far above and those right in front of me. Welcome to the love and light that is Unity of Lawrence. As you know, in Unity we begin everything with prayer. Let's take a centering breath and open to the divine in all of us and listen to this prayer. With full hearts and open minds, we gather today to accept the endless possibilities of peace on earth and peace in our hearts. We acknowledge the existence of pain and injustice in the world, but we also acknowledge limitless love and our limitless being. We welcome our divine inheritance as co-creators. We know that we are already standing in the light of love, of healing, and of transformation, and so it is. Amen. As you know, our prayer chaplains are trained to hold sacred space and pray with you. If there is anything in your heart to be held in prayer, please see Gail in the chaplain's office after today's service. Our chaplains will also pray for you during the week. Please place a purple prayer request slip in the wooden box outside the office. All prayers are confidential. We also invite you to join in prayer in a prayer circle immediately after the service in front of the sanctuary for all who want to participate in a group prayer for themselves and the world. You can still meet one-on-one with the chaplain in the office. And now please rise as you're able and join Holly in singing Swing Wide the Doors.
Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. I'm not hiding with you. I'm gonna shout it out loud. It's about love, laughter, comfort and smiles. It's about love, kindness, hearts open wide. It's about love, passion, taking a chance. It's about love, service, lending a hand. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the doors are open wide. Let's greet our neighbors this morning.
And now it's time for our unity intentions. Please affirm with me unity's founding principle together. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God, the source of all good. And now our Unity of Lawrence vision statement together. United in divine love and joy, we celebrate a peaceful and abundant world for all. And finally, our Unity of Lawrence mission statement together. We are a thriving spiritual community, sharing love, building bridges, and inspiring transformation. And now please welcome our special musician today, Mark Winters.
Howdy, Unity of Lawrence. You guys have amazing energy here. Thank you so much for having me. I'm Mark Winters, a singer-songwriter, a little bit of a nerdy scientist, and I love sharing positive energy with the world, and looking forward to sharing some of that with you guys. This first song I'm going to play for you is called Man in the Sky. Woke up this morning with the sky as my guide, painted pastel ribbon in my mind, somewhere in the clouds, calling me out. Look up, look in, look out, the journey's all around, oh, always, even when the clouds are passing by, always, talking to the man up in the sky. In the meadow green, so vast and serene, where daisies bloom and the air so clean, standing on a rock, getting ready to take a walk. Look up, look in, look out, the journey's all around, oh, always, even when the clouds are passing by, always, talking to the man up in the sky, talking to the man up in the sky, feeling like it's all gonna be alright. Always, even when the clouds are passing by, always, talking to the man up in the sky, talking to the man up in the sky, feeling like it's all gonna be alright. Yeah, it's all gonna be alright.
Thank you, Mark. Jay Pryor is a living example of the power of possibility in transforming your life. They are an author, executive life coach, and speaker, and a beloved member of this congregation, of this community. Please welcome Jay.
I don't know where that bio came from, but okay, thanks. Hey, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's great to be with you today. So, before we start, I'm going to get a little woo-woo on you and a little weird, But I'm going to do a little bit of meditation prep work before I go into my talk today, if you don't mind. So if you are comfortable putting your feet on the floor and taking a few breaths with me, what we're going to do is we're going to do a really brief centering, grounding, and protecting, very briefly, meditation before we go into the rest of my talk. So if you take a breath with me all the way in and all the way out, and when you breathe out, if you can bring that out longer than you breathed in, that resets your polyvagal nervous system. So that's always very helpful. So we'll breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. And I want you to imagine now, we're going to ground. I want you to imagine now the strongest cables, vines, even your tailbone as a grounding cord coming out of your spine, down and out of your feet, and busting through this building. And it's so powerful and so strong that it can bust through this building, down and through the basement, down into the earth, and down, 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 down. And I want you to imagine those vines, that cord going all the way down, collecting the rock and silt and little bugs and grass and leaves all the way down to what some people call the crystalline core of the earth, the heart of the mother. And I want you to anchor yourself to that core. Use your imagination to either wrap yourself around. You can spike it, like whatever it is, you want to be more gentle about it. No, anchor yourself to that center of the earth. And I want you to vision that color of red earth, like Oklahoma dirt, right? That red earthy color. And I want you to see that color coming back up, back up, back up through all the water and silt and bugs. I want you to imagine that color coming up through this building, up through and into your feet. And I want you to feel that good earth energy coming up through your toes and over your ankles and up your calves and over your knees and now up to your thighs. As it comes up to your waist, it hits that root chakra of yours, and it matches that red earth color on your root chakra, which is right at your tailbone. And imagine that good earth energy now coming up through your solar plexus, all the way up, 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 up into your heart chakra. That good earth energy has you grounded. Now I want you to imagine a lavender light coming into your crown chakra at the very top of your head. I want you to feel that light go into your pineal gland and over your face at the same time. It goes into your pineal gland and down your larynx and now is pouring into you. That light is your source. It is all of our source. We call it God. We call it the universe. We call it love. I want you to feel that love force coming down now over your third eye and your forehead, over your eyes and your nose and your mouth, coming down over your throat chakra and over your shoulders. And now you are grounded. And I want you to say to yourself, I am grounded. And now I want you to take a couple more breaths, and I want you to focus your energy into what I would call the center of you. And I want you to feel that for yourself. It's going to be maybe 2 inches above your belly button. Maybe it's in your heart, but it's usually around your center of your being. And I want you to put your energy and focus and breath in that place. And as you're grounded, and now we're getting centered, I want you to feel all the rest of your energy from your appendages kind of going out, and all of it's coming into that center place. And I want you to say, I am centered. I am here. And now we're grounded and we're centered. And many of you are empaths, and maybe you don't know this, but you pick up energy from lots of other places. And before this talk today, I want you to unplug all that. So that center of your being, I want you to imagine is like a power cord. And that power cord is now tethered to the ground and tethered to your center. And you are in this cocoon of protection. But there may be some plugs, other people's plugs. And some of you have an extension cord plugged into that power cord that's also plugged into several other cords. So I want you to unplug the extension cord. And if you need to, take those little safety plugs that we put in so little kids don't put their fingers in sockets and plug those back up. Unplug all the cords. Unplug your kids' cords. Unplug your spouse's cords. Unplug all the cords so that you are now centered and you are unplugged and safe. And now lastly, I want you to take a couple breaths. And on the exhale of that breath, I want you to imagine whatever you imagine as a safety bubble around you. And that bubble, my bubble looks like a bubble. It's iridescent like a bubble, but it's got this great shield where only positive and powerful energy, only energy that I allow can come into me. It's porous, so I get to have all the good energy and I can feel the good energy vibrations from all your love. But anything negative that tries to come at me, my shield is going to protect me from that. So I want you to shield up. Not in a I'm blocking you out way, but in a I am safe. And only positive, powerful energy is allowed through my shield. So now you're grounded and you're centered and you're protected. And we'll come back to this space after my talk, but I wanted you here first. So now start to come back to me. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. When you can, feel like you're ready. Open your eyes. And here I am. I really invite you to do a grounding, protecting, and centering little brief. That didn't take but a few minutes, right? But I invite you to do that every day before you go out into the world so that you aren't, especially those of you who are empaths and have those extension cords plugged into people's other cords, you want to get those unplugged because, there's a lot of energy out there. So, welcome. Welcome to the people on Zoom. Welcome to the love and light that is Unity of Lawrence. My name is Jay Pryor, and I am a lay leader here. And if you don't really know what that means, lay membership, those of us are lay members. We're not clergy and we're not board members. We just come here. But I'm one of those people that kind of trips over and ends up in leadership all the time. And half the time I just create things for me to lead. So today is one of those days that I'm going to share with you as a lay leader. I'm also a Rev, and you may not know that about me, but I'm a Rev through the Universal Life Church online. And I have became a Rev online in 2007 when a friend of mine asked me to perform their marriage ceremony. And even though it's online and it's just a piece of paper that you sign, I take my Rev very seriously. I marry people. You all know I do celebrations of life. You've all been to my celebrations of life. I've done several ceremonies. I sit with people who are passing over. I take my Rev duties very seriously. And what you may or may not know is that I've been taking classes, SEE classes through Unity, and I'm in an inquiry around that for myself right now. What does that mean? Do I want to keep taking steps towards ministry, or what does that mean? I'm in that inquiry right now. Today I'm going to invite you to get an inquiry. So if you don't know what inquiry means, I'm a coach. And so part of being a coach is that when stuff comes up for us that's uncomfortable, stuff that comes up with my clients that's uncomfortable, we do everything we can not to take it personally, not to help them not take it personally. And one of the ways we do that is we become in an inquiry. So we say to ourselves, this is going on with me right now. I'm really angry right now. And instead of, if we can notice it, go look at that. I'm being very angry right now. And I wonder why. If I can get in an inquiry that is open and I don't make it wrong, I don't make myself wrong, I don't say I'm bad and wrong because I'm angry. I say, gosh, I'm angry, I have this feeling, so wonder what that's about. And I can get in an inquiry around it. Well, today I want to invite you into an inquiry around Unity of Lawrence, and I have some action I want to call you into. So I want to have my first slide up there. Thanks, Avery. And you know what? Before I say anything else, I just want to acknowledge and appreciate Avery. Avery and Robert are back there all the time, and they don't always get all the props that they deserve. But Avery in particular, like, if you ask Avery, how far in advance do I need to have my slides to you before I do my talk? He's like, I don't know, 15 minutes? You know, like, he's just super helpful, and he's brilliant, and so he just makes everything seamless all the time. I mean, he just like, so he got that. I sent him that slide my next slide, I sent it to him last night. So I want us to affirm this together. Together, we are a thriving spiritual community, sharing love, building bridges, and inspiring transformation. Are we, though? Are we, though? So today I want to invite you into an inquiry around what this says and what it means. So as I've been taking classes at Unity, the last class I took was a DEI class. DEI stands for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. And Unity worldwide has really decided in the last 5 years or so to step up their efforts around diversity, equity, and inclusion. And part of the reason that they've done that is that they haven't had the best history in the world around dealing with themselves, around their own racism. You may not know the story of Reverend Johnny Coleman, but Reverend Johnny Coleman was a student at Unity in 1956. And at that time, they were segregated. And they had students their black students weren't allowed to live on campus. And Reverend Johnny Coleman brought that to their attention. Our second principle says that God is in everyone. God is in everything. God is in everyone. And yet they weren't living that principle. And so Reverend Johnny Coleman called them on that. And then when they gave her a place to live, it was like a shed with a dirt floor. Yeah, it's mortifying, isn't it? And here's what I need you to get about this. Reverend Johnny Coleman used that, right? She left. She ended up creating, and I don't have the words, and I apologize because they're on my phone, but I hate to take notes and read from my phone. But she created a Unity New Thought affiliated church in Chicago that has thousands and thousands of members. And then Reverend Mosby in the 70s also took that action and created the urban church, the urban Unity membership or fellowship, which goes into urban churches, and it's part of Unity, right? And you may not know this history because we never talk about it, right? When I first came here in 2007, I had been an out queer person since 1985. I was just transitioning. In fact, I moved here in 2007 because of my sister Kathy. In 2008, the Human Rights Ordinance for trans people was added to the Lawrence, Kansas. And Kathy, in my opinion, single-handedly did that. Now, she's my big sister. But she led the charge, right, to have transgender put on the City of Lawrence Human Rights Ordinance. That was in 2008. But when I came here, I was surprised that there wasn't, in this big worldwide Unity thing, there wasn't like some big LGBTQ presence or something like that. And what I was told was, we're so far advanced that none of that bothers us. I'm not kidding, folks. That's what I was told. Sharon Dwyer's nodding her head. That's right. That's how it was, right? We don't think about those things. We're just people are people. And I was like, oh, wow, okay. And so it's like being colorblind, right? And the problem about colorblindness is if you say you don't see color, then what you don't see is that there are people of color have an experience that you don't see, right? That you're not present to and that you don't acknowledge. And so here's what I want to ask. We are metaphysicians, And our second principle says that God, love, universe, whatever you want to call it, is in everyone. And it comes in every form, fashion, or color. But as metaphysicians, one of the things that we study and know and talk about is that our consciousness creates our reality. And as a coach in my book, I am bold enough to say to my clients, why are you creating it that way? And boy, that pisses people off. God. And because it's a bold statement. It's a bold question to ask people about why are you creating your reality the way you are? And what if the state of our country right now is as a result of our consciousness? Ooh, right? Yeah. That's a hard one to swallow. And what if it's the opportunity? What if we expanded our consciousness? And just by expanding our consciousness, we shifted the entire United States of America. I mean, we are a powerful, powerful bunch of people. I know this because I love you. And I have been a part of this community for a long time, and you ought to know by now that I'm a transgender queer person. And a few years ago, we started a social justice committee. And we started going to Pride. And we started attracting more lesbians, right? Basically. But to date, I am the only trans person that has come here and stayed. Y'all, I'm the only one. And I know that you love me. I really do. I feel it every day. And I hope you know that I love you. And being the only one sucks. It sucks sometimes. It is lonely. And there are things that I do not share with this community because I do not feel safe doing it. And you have to get that. And so I'm asking you to listen to me today from an inquiry of not making that wrong. I'm not making you wrong. I'm loving you. And we have work to do. So I want to invite you into our fifth principle. Our fifth principle says we take all these things we know. We know that there's only one presence and power in the universe. That's God the good. We know that that presence lives in every one of us. We know that we access that divine through prayer, meditation. We know that we create our world through our thoughts, our words, our vibration, our consciousness. And then we go out into the world and we create action with that. And I assert that Unity of Lawrence could do a better job of step 5. I do. And I want to invite you into a conversation around that being something that's possible. Like, what could be possible if we expanded our consciousness? So I have an idea, and I have been given permission by our board to chair a committee. Here I go. To chair a committee called the Idea Committee. Next slide. It's a really bad slide. I made it myself. ChatGPT was down yesterday. But it's okay. Because this is the new committee that's being formed at Unity of Lawrence, and it's called the Idea Committee. And it stands for Inclusion, Diversity, Equity, and Accessibility. Inclusion, is about including everybody. Sorry. Inclusion, see how I stepped into that? Inclusion really does mean that all are welcome in creating a space where I feel included when I walk in the door. And I promise you that other trans people and people of color don't necessarily feel included when they come in this door. And don't make it wrong, and let's not get sad about it, because when we get sad about it, we're making it about us, okay? It's not about us. It's gotta be about who are we and how do we move through this world so when people walk through this door, they do feel welcome. We want everybody. We also want all political persuasions here, whether we agree with that or not. We want all people to feel welcome when they walk in this door. And that's what inclusion is about. Diversity is every expression that Spirit creates is celebrated. And I mean celebrated. And creating space so that those people feel celebrated when they walk in here. Equity is not equality. And we have to know the difference. Part of this committee, people who come into this committee, are going to be willing to address their own unconscious bias and to start learning about the difference between equality and equity. Because we've been taught our whole lives, well, by golly, we just have to make everything equal. And guess what? It's not. It's just not. If you have a town where you have one side of the town is really wealthy and one side of the town is really not, and you have funding dollars to give to both schools, if it's equal, we give both schools the same amount of money. Is that equity? The parents of this school, they all have money. They give money to the school all the time. This school has a lot of kids on free lunches. Is it equitable to give this school the same amount of money we give this school? But it's equal. If we give them the same money, it's equal, right? That's fair. And it's not equity. So what we want to create is equity, where everybody has an opportunity to thrive. Everybody, nobody left out. And then lastly, accessibility. Now, y'all, I want you to know that I'm 59 years old, and I happen to know that I am, now that Bethany and Sarah are here, Jessica and I are not the youngest couple here. But y'all, we know how you feel. We were the couple with the little kids here forever, but I'm 59, okay? So we are not a young congregation. Some of us can't read that new little thing you guys made. Right? I mean, we might need daily words in large print, okay? There are things, we may need hearing devices for people, right? We have a ramp, thank goodness we're accessible in that way. But there's work to do around every one of these, right? And so starting today, and there's a sign-up sheet in the back if you're interested, I'm starting a committee called the Idea Committee. And I want to share my vision with you around this. I see us, and when we go into meditation, I'm going to ask you to join me in this vision. I see us living our truth. The truth that we know, that there is only one power and one presence in the universe, God the good, and that source lives in here, in every single one of you. You were not born in sin. You were born in love. You were born in grace. Who you are is that divine spark. And I see us living that truth out in our community. If you want to walk in the Pride Parade, great. But I want to see unity at Pride with a booth, passing out daily words, and having chaplains there to provide affirmative prayer. So we start talking about affirmative prayer and letting people know in that community that this is a place where they can come and be safe and pray affirmatively. I see us at Juneteenth with the same booth, passing out daily words, making sure. I see us at powwows. I see us all over the town that has diversity. Unity is there to say this is who we are, because people don't know we're here. And people don't even know New Thought exists, y'all. And right now there's a huge push amongst the affiliated networks of New Thought in the world coming together, and DEI is one of their main priorities. And I want us to be a part of that. And I'm inspired and I'm excited about what's possible and the opportunity. And the coolest thing about learning about DEI, I wouldn't say it's the coolest thing, but I will say that it is so challenging. It hurts. It hurts. When we have to deal with our own systemic racism, our own systemic transphobia, our own systemic homophobia, it is not easy. But what I know is you are all people who can deal with yourselves and come out being a wider welcome. And I know that that's possible because I see it, and we've been getting there. Only God can see around the corners, but I can see a vision for Unity of Lawrence, and I'm holding a vision for Unity of Lawrence, and I'm willing to lead a vision for Unity of Lawrence to be the change we want to see in the world. Yeah, thanks. Thanks. So, back to the next slide. Nope, not Mark. The other one. Go back. There we are again. I want us to build the bridges for real. I want to be out in the community building the bridges, sharing the love, and inspiring the transformation of our planet, because this is about consciousness. It is not political, it is consciousness, okay? And so as we raise our consciousness, so does everywhere else, because what? We are one. And all you can see is the one under the tree right there, but that's who we are. That's what we stand for. We are one. So I'm going to let Mark come up here and sing to you again. And then when I come up and do a meditation, we're going to vision this together. And I hope that I've inspired you to sign up, and let's do some work together. I love you. Bye.
Thank you, Jay, for that. That was amazing. This next song I'm going to sing for you is called Perfect Light. It's sort of how I see people. I'm always looking for the perfect light in the people I meet. Eyes can see a thing. Please look for a light down in my soul. Spectrum spreads its wings. What we see can take a toll. Merging can be what destroys. But those curves unlock a quiet joy. We can find each other's perfect light. We need to see each other's perfect light. Start sorting through refractions of our biased views. Lean into the beauty when the angle hits just right. We gotta find each other's perfect light. Light so plain at first, slips through glass with angle grace. Bend and dance with me to the rhythm of our sweet embrace. Colors whisper into bloom. Those colors, every thought of you. We can find each other's perfect light. And we live to see each other's perfect light. Start sorting through refractions of our biased view, and lean into the beauty when the angle hits just right. We gotta find each other's perfect light. Perfect light.
I just saw the quote from Reverend Johnny, and the motto of her organization is that the truth will set you free, but first it will make you angry. So I invite you now into a time to vision and meditate with me. You're already grounded, but I want to remind you of that good earth grounding that red color that's grounding you. And it reminds you of that light of love, of God, of Source. Whatever you want to call it, we don't care. You can call it your higher power, your source. It is the source of all that is, and that light comes down over your crown chakra again, into your pineal gland, down your thoracic pipe, over your third eye, down over your face. As you hear my voice, just be with my voice. If you have other little thoughts, especially if you have uncomfortable thoughts, it's okay. Just be with them. And I want to have a vision with you. I want you to imagine it's a Sunday morning just like usual. We've had Sundays here where it's packed, where only seats available are on the sides. I want you to see that with me. We're packed. During that time of welcome, it gets so chaotic here. We're hugging everybody. But the congregation looks different. This time, there's a lot of color. All different colors. All different flavors. Every kind of person has been drawn here. They don't even know why they're here, some of them. Because we have been being a magnet of love, a magnet of possibility. Our consciousness has attracted them here to share the truth. We are truth students, and we live in the truth and the knowing that we are not ever, ever, ever separate. We're never separate from one another. We're never separate from God. God is the ocean, and we all are the wave. Now, some of you may be feeling a call. That call might come in, you thinking, yes, this is what I want to do. You bet, I'm signing up for that committee. And some of you, the call might be, oh, hell no. Because sometimes the call shows up as resistance. Let that be. Be gentle and just let yourself be with it. In the silence, I'm going to give you an opportunity to just be and imagine what it is to be the change we want to see. As we come back, start to come back into this conversation. Where in your life are you a wider welcome? And where in your life are you unconscious? This is a powerful opportunity. And as we come together, you start to wiggle your toes and your fingers and come back into this space to be with me. I just want to thank you. I want to thank you for being willing to have this conversation with me today. I was nervous, for loving me all the time, and for letting me love you. Thank you. Namaste.
I say thank you guys for having me today. Y'all have a lovely community, and I'm very glad I stopped in for a visit. This next song is called Signal. It's about the energy we put out and take in from each other, like we're little radio towers. Waves washing out from me, sending round my energy. Sometimes bright and shimmering, sometimes dark and stifling. Crashing into the walls and floors, seeping into your minds and more. Should I keep spewing random feelings? No, I should focus my mind on healing. Taking it in and putting it out, I should clear up any lingering doubts. I'm gonna dial in my signal and make it a dream, make it my positive stream. Dial in that signal and make it a dream, make it my positive scream. Changing my mind to create a layer. Intensity's fine if your heart is there. Radiating the thoughts you want the most is a powerful, purposeful piece of prose. Reading the vibes back from within, I can tell if what I'm putting out should get back in. Not by accident should I sing the negative, bring out the best and share that narrative. I'm taking it in and putting it out, I should clear up any lingering doubts. I'm gonna dial in that signal, hey, make it a dream, make it my positive scream. Dial in that signal and make it a dream, make it my positive scream. Do you feel the vibes from those around you? Are you catching the meaning in your mind? Is it helping you live and smile, or do you need to turn that dial? I'm gonna dial in that signal and make it a dream, make it my positive stream. Dial in that signal, hey, make it a dream, make it my positive stream.
As our ushers come forward for our time of thanks. I invite you to join me as we hold our gifts to this community in our hands and love in our hearts. Let's affirm together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. As the love offering is collected, let's join Holly in singing, God is my source.
God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Love is my source, love is my power, love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Let's give a little peace. Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything I need. Peace gives me everything I need.
Ooh, thank you. Please listen to our prayer of gratitude. We are grateful as we bless the flow of good that supports our Unity community. We stand in the knowing that the flow of good goes forth, returning again and again, and so it is. Amen. A special welcome to our guests today. Thank you so much for joining us. For more information about Unity of Lawrence and the Unity Movement, please pick up a welcome packet in the foyer. Lunch Bunch will meet at Aladdin Cafe, 1021 Massachusetts Street, following the service. Everyone is welcome. Everyone is invited to join us. We are collecting items for our animal friends at the Humane Society. You may drop off your donation at the table in the foyer before November 16th. We are creating a sacred space for women and non-binary persons to gather on the first Thursday of the month. Join us on November 6th from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. for deep discussions, heartfelt connections, and laughter. Marty Stemmerman will lead us exploring our deep spiritual connections to the earth and our inner guidance with a shamanic journey next Sunday, November 9th, from 3 to 5 p.m. This experience will be shared on a love offering basis, and everyone is welcome. Did you have an announcement?
Yes. And there's a slide. See, it's there. I'm here. Poof. Sorry. I love how beautiful Spirit is because we are, as a board and finance team committee, in inquiry about a lot of things all the time. We have board delegates, 4 of us, who will be voting this Wednesday on a proposal to merge Unity Worldwide Ministry with Unity Worldwide Headquarters. And we've been in inquiry and still are in inquiry about that with fabulous guidance from Rev Jen and resources for us to ponder. And so that takes place this Wednesday in an afternoon Zoom that we'll be part of. And also extending and connecting with Unity Church of Overland Park and Unity of the Temple, because some who are able from our delegation are going to join them as part of that. So this bridge building is definitely what we're all about. A bridge under construction currently is our budget proposal for next year. And as we're in inquiry with that, we reflect and look back at this past year, this current year we're in bringing in about $350 a week less than we had last year. And so in a world where it doesn't have to be bad, but it's real. As we think about this in inquiry, we have ideas percolating that will be going through the board and through the congregation about what does that mean in preparing a budget for next year. And yet, there's more. If you would show the next slide. Yesterday, I'm getting goosebumps up and down. I will not. Well, maybe I'll tear, and that's okay. Yesterday, in this sacred space, we shared bridge building with the Roman Catholic women priests in celebrating Reverend Tina being ordained as a Roman Catholic priest here yesterday. And that is Bishop Paula, who is in the Illinois area, Cincinnati, Ohio, sorry. They are here, and these banners, isn't that us? As she's in inquiry about where she goes next, wouldn't it be a lovely thing to share space, not only like we did Friday night, Saturday with them here, but perhaps space that we share that helps us in all kinds of ways. I throw that out there with no attachment. But you never know what bridges are built when and where. I just share that this love was felt. They felt welcomed. They felt at home. They felt at peace. And it was joyful celebration, uniting us with them. And I found out about something. The Unity of Springfield, Illinois minister was in Florida, but not feeling very welcome with their transgendered child, and now in Springfield, Illinois is feeling very loved. And I found that out from Reverend Dan as I sat next to him. And I did not know until yesterday, speaking with someone who is of a different faith, and yet we are all one, celebrating faith, that unity is the largest representative by number every time the Parliament of World Religions gathers every other year, that there are more unity representatives than any other religion. And so as we breathe in reality and affirm that love is at the heart of all of that, we step into inquiry of all kinds together. And thank you for being the loving community that welcomes all and celebrates all. Wow, what a great group. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Michelle. Is this on? Oh, okay. Next Sunday, Reverend Maggie Alderman, the Director of Silent Unity, will bring us the message, Stay in Your Lane, spiritually speaking. LILA will provide the special music. Oh, Lila. Well, it's all caps, so sorry. Maybe I didn't learn English, I don't know. It's now time to rise as you are able and to sing the peace song.